It's y'all big brother, Big Nina Boy, man. Go check out my new channel, Nina Boy Hood Reaction. We thumbing on that shit, though.
And nigga, be real to yourself before you real with anybody else. Gang. What's the big old deal? We back with another smacker. All right, so listen, man, as y'all see the title, man, Diddy Mama has been potentially involved with some of those SA charges that's being put upon her son's name. But before we get into the reaction, you know we got to come with it, man. So let's talk about Diddy for a minute, man. I think before we get into all, this disruption, we got to realize who the F Diddy is. Now, for some of y'all that be watching my content, man, some of y'all might be some little youngsters and all that. It's all good though, nigga, right? But catch this. Don't get it twisted. I don't think y'all really know who Diddy Sean Combs is. Diddy is definitely a pioneer of the music industry. Listen, let me tell y'all why. And before we get into his bad trials and tribulations, let's think about some of the hits that Diddy put out. Jodeci, Come and Talk to Me. If your mama wasn't playing Come and Talk to Me in the 90s, my nigga, your mama was a SpongeBob. You see what I'm saying? If your mama wasn't getting hit to Come and Talk to Me, your mama was playing with a broom somewhere. Not only, y'all remember Come and Talk to Me? We used to order Come and Talk to Me on the box. If you grew up in the 90s, you realize we didn't have all this technology that's taking place in today's society. We have to use a credit card, and we'll order the music videos on the box. That's how they was getting paid. Not to even mention Mary J. Blige, Real Love. Y'all gotta realize what Sean Diddy Combs did. What Diddy did was he took hip hop beats and put an R&B singers on the beat. That was unprecedented at the time. Make no doubt about it. Is Diddy a monster, allegedly? That's what the world's saying. All right, cool. But let's not forget what he created. He was the first person to put hip-hop beats and introduce R&B to hip-hop beats, bring them together, and launch them to the world. That's hip-hop soul. That's hip-hop and R&B. You got to realize what he created, man. He's one of them dudes that did that. Before we get to bashing and smashing and, you know what I'm saying, going after that man's character, I definitely want to lay down the foundation, because if you build if you want a house, you got to build a brick every day, man. And I'm not going to let nobody disrupt what he created in regards to that, man. Everybody talking about, oh, he did this. Some of y'all baby daddies did that. Some of y'all men are still doing that. But let's be clear. He was the first person who was remixing old school records with artists. He did that. He created a sound that took the world by storm. So with that being said, let's get into this reaction. I'm one of them ones, man. I'm not holding hands and kicking cans with nobody. When you come rock with the Nina Boy Show, you'll get the good, the bad, the ugly, and the real. So like I said, man, I'll be the judge and y'all be the jury. Let's get into this reaction. Diddy Mama, Janice Combs. You might be going down, lady. Lock her ass up. All right, let's get it. 5. Let go. 4, 3, 2.
Now, peeps, it appears that Mama Diddy is just as guilty as her son.
You are such a mama's boy.
In a new lawsuit, it was revealed that the inner workings of Janice Combs, the mother of the disgraced music mogul, has come under fire as her skeletons are now falling out of the damn closet.
And by tomorrow afternoon, everyone will know.
Now, already known to be a frequent guest in many of Diddy's FO parties, and also reportedly had to be on the IV drip at a lot of them.
Show yourself. Unclean.
What? Hey, before we get into it, it's only 5 minutes in the video. Let me just say this, and you know, there's no guideline or no rule book to being a parent, but I honestly believe you can't be friends with your kids. You see what I'm saying? Because you enabling them. Sometimes they can make bad choices and you justify this. It's no real understanding of consequences, man. You remember grandpa, you never seen grandpa play with mama, grandma. You never seen grandpa play with the kid. Hey, Darlene, go get them kids. Hey, I don't play around, baby girl. Go get your kids. All y'all get the hell up out of here. Grandpa didn't play with the kids. He didn't play with his woman. He didn't play with them kids because he knew it was going to be a chain of respect. And once that chain of disrespect was broken, he was able to put the smash down and put you about the house. The moment you felt like you was too grown and are you coming in this house with some wet panties and you don't got nothing to eat and you mad because we didn't feed you, you done had that nigga feed you before you brought your hungry ass up in here, that was a problem. A lot of women grew and learned from those mistakes. I'm not finna be going out on no date with no nigga. You want this, and I'm coming back asking my mama for something to eat. You know what I'm saying? People grew to understand fast and quickly what it meant to have a real man in the house. In today's society, and it's not to bash women, we got women saying, oh, I want a real man. You didn't even grow up with a real man. Your mama didn't even have a real man in the household for you to know what a real man is supposed to be like. Everybody, oh, give me a traditional man with a modern day woman. It don't make sense. You know, everybody leaving because they want the high life, fast life. And some of y'all gonna end up like Vivica Fox out here talking about, I want a man to give me his credit card. Man, sit that shit down, man. Go get somebody that can really cater to two could play that game ass movie shit. Niggas don't got time for that. It is 2024. It don't make sense how, you know, today's society, women are saying, oh, men are useless. But every car that a woman drives is built by a man. Most of the houses that women live in is built by men. We got to fix this. This new generation, this new technology is destroying the aura of the man and woman thing, just the family household. Most mothers are raising their kids not to be wives. They're raising their kids to go get the bag and be successful. Now they have technology where you can go buy a baby that was modified in a manufacturer warehouse. It is crazy. So with this reaction, I want y'all to not just overjudge his mama, but be mindful of how far are you willing to grow to keep your children in your life. You know what I'm saying? Because some mothers don't want to let go. Some mothers still make their kids come cuddle in the bed with them because she don't have a real man that's going to be there on her dying day. And that's just the reality of it. You see what I'm saying? Nowadays, you tell her to shut your funky ass up. I say you're toxic. I don't want to be with you. Shit, he knew you didn't take a bath last night. All he said was shut your funky ass up. That's it. Girl, women are the worst women to talk to in regards to relationship. I wouldn't take that. As soon as you leave your nigga, she's still with her nigga. Well, shit, bitch, I didn't tell you to leave that nigga. Mine is good to me. You know, all this fake stuff that's going on. But let's be clear. Diddy mama is a definition of a rider. If you want to be a friend with your kids, this is the definition of a rider. Some of you mothers out there, you know you and your daughter be getting hit in the same hotel room, smoking weed, and, you know, that little cognac, you know, girl, you better go put it on, girl. This is your daughter you talking to. Just like them R. Kelly days. You know, the mama couldn't get R. Kelly, but he want the daughter. Baby girl, R. Kelly wants you. Age ain't nothing but a number. You know what I'm saying? So be mindful with this reaction, gang. Let's go.
In spirit.
Evidence has now been revealed that she helped her son assault a woman and tried to bribe her to keep it on the hush-hush. Now she takes enabling your son to a whole new level. Now, in the lawsuit, basically indicating that Diddy assaulted the woman and he tried to throw money at her to get her to say that it was consensual. Now, the woman ended up refusing and was enraged at a point. It was screaming that Diddy assaulted her. Now, P. Diddy called his mom, who basically negotiated on his behalf and yelled at the woman to take the money and wanted her to say that it was consensual and also forced the victim not to report it. Now, Janice Combs clearly sees no wrong in all of the awful things that
I know sometimes I could be, overgoing it, but this picture right here, ladies, Diddy got to be how old? Diddy got to be at least in his 40s. Do you want your son who been eating everybody's vagina kissing you on the lips? And for the son, do you want to be kissing your mama on the lips knowing, you know what I'm saying, that nigga Eddie Earl? No. Hold on. Hold on. This is Stanley Earl. I want to eat your drawers from the back. Stanley Earl. This is Stanley Earl. Stanley Earl telling Janice Combs, go on, give me some of that sugar right there. And knowing, your mama be wearing all the wigs and stuff like that. Allegedly, they said that his mama used to be in escort service. You see what I'm saying? While his daddy, Melvin Combs, was, he was one of them gangsters out there back in the day that was running with Nicky Bonds and Frank Lucas. You know what I'm saying? But the know that man, I wish my mama would get that close to my lips. Mama, I don't know what you've been doing. You've been sucking and bucking. Hey, listen, it's not going down. You my baby. I'm a grown man. Nah. Come a time where when you a child, your mama want to come in the bathroom. Mama, I got hair down there. Mama, I got hair down there. Don't come in the bathroom knowing I got hair down there. It's a certain time and limit when mama can still come in that bathroom when you start to reach puberty and you got hair and your balls didn't drop, nigga. That's a no-go. Let's go. This is nasty, though.
her son does. Now, I wonder if it has anything to do with him slapping the shit out of his mother, too.
Wait, you did what?
Told me he should have saw this coming with Cassie and the way he treated women when he slapped his mother. And I was like, he did what? And Kirk Burrow said, yeah. I just thought because of what he was going through with the, the tragedy, it was like, I was stuck on stupid for a minute, but he was like, yeah, I thought that he would grow out of it, or it was just because all the shit he was going through when he slapped his own mother. I said, Kirk, let me tell you something. I said, Kirk, don't you remember when I told you when he cussed his mother out? And I think it was even that, Kirk, when we was getting in the limousine, he cussed his mother out. He told his mother to stay out of his mofo business. And I told him, man, you ever talk to your mother? You remember that situation? He said, yeah. I said, Kirk, why you didn't tell me then that he that he slapped his mother? Because if you would have told me to slap his mother, I'd have beat the shit out of him, Kirk. He was like, Gene, I thought he was, you got to realize he was just a kid, and I thought he was going to grow out of it and all the stuff that he was going through. I said, my man, that's a bunch of bullshit right there. You understand? Somebody should have whooped his ass way back then. When you do your mother like that, you don't care about no woman in the street. And he was like, I know, Gene, but he was just a kid. This came from Kirk Burrow's mouth himself. I was like, yo, that shit is crazy. Had I known that back then, yeah, I wouldn't have worked for no dude like that, man. I wouldn't even F with him. I'd have told all the dudes in the same gang, and we probably would have beat the shit out of him when he came around. Nobody was going for no shit like that, man.
He slept his mom?
Bruh, according to Kirk Burrows, he was in a depression. His mother was trying to do something, and his mother was saying something, and the nigga slapped his mom. I say, yo, and I know everybody gonna say, yo, why this shit coming out now in the whole 9 yards? This is a part of why he do the shit that he do to women. And people gotta understand that. This is the part of why he do the things that he do to women, bro. Because if you do that type of thing to your mother, I heard him curse his mother. I checked him on that. But had I known he put his hands on his mother, I don't care what kind of thing that he was going through after the City College tragedy, man, it'd have been a real tragedy for his ass.
Yeah, that's wild, man. To put your hands on your mom, man. I don't know what to say about that, man. That's crazy, man. But speaking of Kirk Burrows, he did an interview with LA Times, and he said that he saw Diddy punch a female back in '94 at Bad Boy offices, to the point that they broke a coffee table, and he had to break it up.
Well, Kirk Burrows would know. Him being the president of Bad Boy at the time, and he cleaning up a lot of puff shit. You know what I mean? So if anything went down, Kirk Burrows would know, because Kirk Burrows would be the one that had to go in there and mediate and clean up all the shit that he would do. You know, but like you said, that, you know, he thought Puff would grow out of this shit because he was so young, being in that type of field and having that kind of position.
It sound like people justify, you know, Diddy actions, but hey, let's double back and how did Diddy get to this point though? See, y'all gotta realize who Diddy, where he come from. Everybody think Diddy like take that, bad boy. Nah, nigga, his daddy was Melvin Combs. Melvin Combs was a drug dealer who sold Ye for Frank Lucas, one of the biggest drug dealers at that time. Make no doubt about it. His daddy was definitely something that he is not. But at the same time, when your daddy is Melvin Combs and you serving for Frank Lucas and Nicky Bonds and all of these big time drug lords, you become a household reputation. But when we think about Bad Boy, how old was Diddy when he started Bad Boy? He was what? Damn near 19, 20 years old. Andre Harrell gave him the opportunity to produce Jodeci. This is how, see, a lot of y'all don't really know the backstory of Diddy. See how it started. Diddy produced a record called Come Talk to Me by Jodeci. What he did was he took a hip-hop beat and put it under Jodeci vocals and created a whole nother sound. A lot of y'all not even understanding what these new generations is doing. If you look at the note, I think my next project, I'm gonna do some shit like that, because that sound has been so many years now, taking old school samples and incorporated into some new work. But what Diddy did was he created that sound. He remixed. At that time, it was only what, Uptown Records and MCA. At that time, it was unprecedented for that sound at that moment. Diddy was a pioneer of that. He took a hip hop beat and put R&B vocals on it. You understand what I'm saying? He created that, man. He got rich off of that. And at that time, he was still what, 18, 19, 20 years old. How did he get the money to form Bad Boy? Think about it. How? He's 18, 19 years old. It cost a lot of money to put out music back then, because it was hand by hand, door by door. His mama was the reason why he was able to be this successful. All he had to do, it was finesse and portray that he can be capable of delivering, and his mama was going to put up the money. His mama allegedly was an escort. Her baby daddy, which was Melvin Combs, was the one who was able to had the reputation of selling drugs. So by his mama going to all them people who owed him money, she was able to get the money for Diddy to start Bad Boy Records. So this is when Janice Combs started to come into the play. Janice Combs was not no innocent saint, but she was a mother of two kids, his Diddy and his sister. She worked 2 jobs, not to mention that his family bloodline was so strong that grandma was still in the picture. In today's society, how many mothers right now can say grandma's still in the picture? Why? You can't say that. You know what I'm saying? Because grandma out here, nigga, you know what I'm saying? She ain't rocking with you. You over here on powder, Christina Aguilera, Bobby Brown, and shit, nigga. When you out here on that whip it, shit, grandma ain't rocking with you. You a lost cause at that point. So pay attention to this, because Diddy didn't get to this point by himself. Y'all gotta understand, Diddy was groomed to be like this. And one thing that nobody's talking about is Andre Harrell. Andre Harrell had everybody from Jodeci to Heavy D. Y'all remember Heavy D? You can't eat ice cream without whipped cream, so what you go do to make you shoot? All I want to know, is it good to you? You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember Heavy D? That was that y'all don't even realize that Biggie was, he couldn't find another Heavy D. Only reason why Diddy went to for Biggie is because of the fact that he was looking for Heavy D. Heavy D was the first big nigga that had that suave. You know what I'm saying? So what you gonna do to make you sue? All I want to know is it good to you? Hey, I'm talking about nigga. I remember playing High Go Get It, and niggas was playing Heavy D all on the basketball court. Heavy D was the first vanilla wafer, you know what I'm saying, who was at hip hop and R&B sound. That's where Diddy got it from. Because in hindsight, y'all got to realize that Heavy D was shit back in the day. Nigga, I swear to God, I actually bought Heavy D album. Heavy D album was just fly. I didn't even know what fly was till I seen Heavy D. I ain't even go lie. I thought only big niggas was fly. Cause that nigga used to do the MC Hammer and all that type of shit. That nigga was on his shit, and Heavy D had them bitches. See, let me tell y'all something. Hey, you know what I'm saying? And for some of you little Slim Jims, niggas start gaining some weight because there's a lot of beautiful, thick women in the world who don't want no little nigga that a nigga could just push and that nigga fly. What you gonna do if you on a date and some big nigga pick your ass up and body slam your ass? Yo, nigga talking, man, nigga do me like that. I'm about to bop, bop, bop. Nigga don't get the popping at that nigga. You understand what I'm saying? All right. Man, I don't know the you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I can say this though. All the ladies in the chat, if you grew up in the 80s and the 90s, put a one in the chat if you used to listen to Heavy D. You can't eat ice cream without whipped cream. In hindsight, ain't no grown man finna eat no ice cream with no whipped cream in today's society. I'm sorry. It's nowhere in hell that I'm finna put some whipped cream on some ice cream. That's some females. If a grown man is eating whipped cream with ice cream, yeah, he like to hang out with his homeboys and in the trap playing them basketball games all day. Nigga, I'm tell you that right now. Shout out to Gene Deal. This is a Lionel B reaction, man. When it come down to the 90s, man, it's my duty. It's my pleasure. You understand me? To react to anything with the 90s, man. Because when it comes to the 90s, y'all remember what was going on. Mary J. Blige hit the world with Real Love. Today, right now, she's still doing shows about real love. Now, that was a hip-hop beat with R&B singing on it. You see what I'm saying? All the ladies in the comments, put a one if you ever been to the Mary J. Blige concert. You understand what I'm saying? If you've been to that, put a two if you've been to that Jodeci. Y'all remember Jodeci? Nigga, oh my God, nigga. I had Jodeci on my pager. One of my favorite songs is You Gotta Get On Up. That's that backyard barbecue. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You grab it on her little booty and all that. You get it like, ooh. Let me stop playing, man. You know, a nigga don't take me to the 90s, baby. I can do it for you. Man, when the nigga put that, hey, yeah, man, this Corvell, man, you know, I leave a message and I'll be sure to get back at you. Press 2 if you're trying to do what we do. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah, what time when we come over? Remember when nigga mama go to work, nigga slide in that back house? You know what I'm saying? Nigga be on that, nigga go there and smack them cheeks and shit. Yeah. Hey. Nigga was getting it in, boy. These little young niggas don't know about that right there. Let's go.
Now, Janice, the delusional enabler, also said, I come to you today as a mother that is devastated and profoundly saddened by the allegations made against my son, Sean Combs. It is heartbreaking to see my son judged not for the truth, but for a narrative created out of lies. To bear witness to what seems to be like public lynching of my son before he has had the opportunity to prove his innocence is a pain too unbearable to put into words. Like every human being, my son deserves to have his day in court. I finally share his side and to prove his innocence. I am not here to portray my son as perfect because he is not. He has made mistakes in the past, as we all have. My son may have not been entirely truthful about certain things, such as denying that he has ever gotten violent with his ex-girlfriend when the hotel surveillance showed otherwise. Sometimes the truth and a lie become so closely intertwined that it becomes terrifying to admit one part of the story, especially when that truth is outside of the norm or is too complicated to be believed. This is why I believe my son's civil legal team opted to settle the ex-girlfriend's lawsuit instead of contesting it until the end, resulting in a ricochet effect as the federal government used this decision against my son by interpreting it as an admission of guilt. It is important to recognize that none of us, regardless of our status, are immune to fear or mistakes. Not being entirely straightforward about one issue does not mean my son is guilty of the repulsive allegations and the grave charges leveled against him. Many individuals who were wrongfully convicted and later.
I know some women are about to say something. Nina, you wrong for this. Nina, you wrong for this. Nina, man, hey, catch this nugget though, right? Cassidy was with Diddy for years, right? Do y'all think Cassidy would have stayed there if it wasn't beneficial? Why did she stay? If money has no value and somebody's integrity and all of that, why did Cassidy stay? I'm gonna listen on this one. I'm gonna wait, because at the end of the day, we all know if he was broke and he couldn't hit that shit the right way, would Cassidy stayed in that relationship? Not to mention that Cassidy ended up getting pregnant and marrying the same dude who hired who Diddy hired to be her workout trainer. She married and had babies by the trainer that Diddy hired. Help me understand this. How is that? That's why I say it's a dirty game. It is absolutely a dirty game. Why? Because at the end of the day, Cassie stayed in that relationship because it was beneficial. Man, look, she waited years and years and years and years. Come on, nigga. You knew he was the boogeyman. She knew Diddy was the boogeyman, but she stayed. If the footage identified the fact that she didn't just stay there because she loved him. She stayed because there was some money going on. This was a money grab. And then she waited for the perfect time because this was already set in stone. People already alleged that Diddy was finna go down. Nobody Cat Williams already said everybody who benefited from the early years of making millions of dollars who went the wrong direction, selling their soul to the masses, is going to come to pay. It's like the devil coming in. I can give you what you want. What do you want? I want to be rich. I want to be famous. I don't want to have to worry about bills. Is that it? Yes. Okay. Give me a year and I'll make you famous. That year come by, you end up sporadically just getting rich, getting famous. Now you famous. You're on top of the world. You're on the media. You having money. And then when you're on your lonely days and your lonely time, you sitting back and you're not as satisfied as you thought you was going to be, because you know at any moment this money can go. You didn't ask for eternity of wealth. And most people, when you ask for riches, you don't ask God to protect you from jealousy. You don't ask God to protect you from the people that want to harm you because you're rich. You only want to get rich and not ask for protection, not ask to keep the haters away, envy people. All of these things are going to come at you once you start coming with money. That's why I say the grass ain't greener on the other side, gang. You see what I'm saying? Now, Diddy, the devil is coming to collect. Everybody who's bragging about, oh, I don't want no broke nigga, I need some money. The devil is going to come and collect based on how you got it. In today's society, ain't nobody really, no disrespect to the OnlyFans models, because I'm an advocate of believing, go and get your money, because ain't nobody go feed you when you broke anyway. But if that's the route you want to take, just make sure when you're 50 years old and ain't nobody looking at your OnlyFans page that you can live with the consequences, because money is not forever. Money don't last in everybody's bank account forever. You see what I'm saying? Everybody wants designer this, designer that. You know what? I could have went and bought a Gucci backpack, right? But I said, it's a backpack. I'm about to buy a motorcycle or a bike or something. I said, let me just get something that's cool that I like. I went and got a Coach backpack. You know what I'm saying? And I seen some niggas say, Nina boy in a Coach backpack. Who give a fuck that it's a Coach backpack, bro? Like when you got your own place, big patio, and you paying your bill, who give a fuck what somebody say about you wearing a Coach backpack? Coach is the shit to me. I'm not no young nigga no more. That backpack is damn near $400. And $400 on a backpack is absurd. I don't care what you say, nigga. I used to spend $1,000 on tennis shoes and I would crease up the motherfucking shoes. The Gucci shoes I bought all them years, the Fendi belts, and I don't even have that shit no more because they wear down. And not to mention Dior. Dior is a, we ain't even gonna go all there, but like I said, man, when you get older, man, all that high fancy maintenance shit is not the thing. It's not the go. It's not the go. You know what I'm saying? It's not it. It's not it. When you get older, making sure you keep a roof over your head and you safe and you secure, like, you know what I'm saying? That's the most important thing somebody can get. You know what I'm saying? Like all that shit. I'm not into that shit no more. I got Rolexes and jewelry in the house. I barely even wear it. I even got cologne that cost $700. I barely even spray it. You see what I'm saying? So that shit, man, when you get older, man, you realize that money is not the root to all evil. People is the root to all evil. Money ain't never hurt nobody. Money is just waiting for somebody to come collect it. Let's go.
Exonerated had their freedom taken from them, not because they were guilty of the crimes they were accused of, but because they didn't fit the image of what society considers to be a good person. History has showed us how individuals can be wrongfully convicted due to their past actions or mistakes. Watching the world make jokes and laugh at my son's life crumbling before our eyes is something I can never forget. It is truly agonizing to watch the world turn against my son so quickly and easily over lies and misconceptions without ever hearing his side or affording him the opportunity to present his side. These lies thrown at him are motivated by those seeking a financial gain and not justice. These individuals saw how quickly my son's civil legal team settled with his ex-girlfriend's lawsuit, so they believe they can pick a quick payday by falsely accusing my son. False allegations of sexual assault or true victims of sexual violence from getting the justice they deserve. To make matters worse, the federal government is now using these lies to prosecute my son. This injustice has been unbearable for our family. The worst part of this ordeal is watching my beloved son be stripped of his dignity, not for what he did, but for what people choose to believe about him. I ask his supporters, fans, colleagues, friends, and the public to not judge him before you had the chance to hear his side. I beg you think about those who have been wrongfully persecuted to remember that not everyone who has made mistakes in life deserves to have their entire existence judged by a single action or a few mistakes. My son is not the monster they have painted him to be, and he deserved a chance to tell his side. I can only pray that I am alive to see him speak his truth and be vindicated. Respectfully submitted on behalf of Janice Combs and the Combs family.
So an enabler would be a more accurate job description for you than accomplice.
Now, the messed up thing on top of them teaming up to commit actual crimes together and kissing each other in the mouth is this woman is 80 plus years old. Neither one of them are gonna survive in prison. You already see Diddy asking for bail every damn week, like he wasn't just out here threatening witnesses to keep quiet. Now, a lengthy list of
Man, everybody talking about Combs, but what y'all don't realize is how many people Diddy Combs got videotapes of. That was the smartest thing he could potentially do. Because why? He got a chance to see exactly how everybody who can contest that he's not the monster who people portray him to be. You know who the real boogeyman? Y'all want to know who that real monster is? That uncle that your mama let live in the house with y'all. You see what I'm saying? That you got to wake up every day knowing that that man touched your leg inappropriately. That man who went in the bathroom when you was coming out the shower, knowing that you was in the shower, but he was, oh, I didn't know, baby girl. The boogeyman, the real boogeyman. Those are the people that still living in today's society, except they don't have any money. You know, the cool thing about this is, yeah, he should have his day in court, and it should be displayed like that. But for people to really bash that man to the point where, as if we're not going to say the good things that he did because he put people through college. He actually is a chairman of a school where he funded to give, you know, urban kids opportunity to go to school. You got to look at, you know, you can't just take the bad and not add on the good. You know what I'm saying? Because he's still a human. You see what I'm saying? Shit, niggas is out here glorifying you know, big meats and all the killings and the drug dealing. But then when it comes to this man who ain't probably never killed nobody allegedly, is he worse than the killing nigga. He worse than that nigga that's bragging about killing a nigga in his music. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, have y'all opinions, but I'm not gonna be my thing is this. I think he should be accounted for everything that he's done. And that's been put up in the forefront. Yeah, own that. Stand up to that. Make no doubt about it. I think, you know what? Because everybody got dirt up under their fingernails. How many times some of y'all called y'all motherfucking job and said, oh, my baby's sick. Knowing your baby wasn't sick. You went to go get your hair done. You just met that nigga last week at the club. He asked you, can you come out? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody's flawless. Now, this situation that he's done, it reminds me of the boogeyman. But a lot of y'all done grew up with the boogeyman in y'all households. Let's be honest. A lot of y'all know some of y'all cousins are the boogeyman. Y'all uncles are the boogeyman. And y'all still go see him every Thanksgiving. Hey, Uncle Leroy. Knowing Uncle Leroy and shit, you know what I'm saying, grabs you by your motherfucking skirt and lift it up. Talking about, man, put some under that. You know, all that type of shit. The boogeyman is real. And I think that a lot of times that mothers didn't realize when children was telling they mamas that I don't want to go to Uncle Leroy's house. They didn't wake up and understand that because she needed somebody to watch some kids, and that was the boogeyman right there. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of cousins who was ignored and a lot of family members and a lot of drama in my family where they was displaying that and the mothers didn't pay attention and the boogeyman won. You know what I'm saying? So do I think Diddy could be a boogeyman? Absolutely. Diddy could be a boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? And I call him boogeyman because them dudes are still around. And 20, 30 years it went by. And they ain't fought their day in court. You know how many women have lied on men just because they didn't went through something like that? And so traumatized, they thought that man was the boogeyman, but the real boogeyman was the one who did that. Now, Diddy might be everything under the sun, but I could definitely tell y'all this. He ain't the only one. Cassidy stayed in that relationship for a reason. She could have left. The moment she got her ass kicked the first time, she could have left. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely feel like Diddy was wrong for what he was doing. But also, how many times do women put their hand on men and they don't go to jail? So we got to be mindful on how we judge, man. Let's get it.
Celebs has also been released who were mentioned in all of Diddy's charges, including his mom, and they all gonna go down. You got R&B singer Aaron Hall, music producer Har Pierre, actor Cuba Gooding.
Wait, Aaron Hall told the world he was beating on them girls. Aaron Hall, look, why Aaron Hall ain't never been accounted for? Aaron Hall was dating, he was hitting young girls. He been hitting, and he was telling the world, man, she was 17. Man, she had that pineapple between her legs. You know, all that man, Cuban Gooding Jr., you know, all it, man, look, ain't nobody talking about them. They talking about Diddy, though. That's why I say you can't be picking and choosing, man. You got to keep it real across the scoreboard. Let's go.
Gooding Jr., his son, Justin Dior Combs, Jacob the jeweler, and he's definitely going down. One of Diddy's ex-workers, he forced her to sleep with Jacob the jeweler, and he did nothing to prevent it. Jacob took that cookie.
You were always what I have just recently become, a dirty old man.
Rapper Pissy Young Miami, producer Stevie J, singer Kalina Harper, and many more. And also the guy from One Direction was pushed off his balcony after mentioning his weird interaction with Diddy. Come on, man. Diddy got so many bodies on his hands at this point. His trial is scheduled for May 5th, 2025, and I don't think he will be around to see that court date. Mark my words, something strange is gonna happen before then. Looking for the best in vehicle wraps at an affordable price? paint is costly and takes a long time to finish.
All right, shout out to the Lionel B show, man, for the content. This is strictly a reaction. But the big question is, you know, how did Sean Diddy Combs get to be Sean Diddy Combs? He wasn't born a monster. See, when you talk about Sean Diddy Combs, you got to talk about Andre Harrell. You got to talk about Russell Simmons. And shit, if y'all really want to go back in time, y'all got to talk about Berry Gordy. Berry Gordy was the first. How do you think the first black person who got into the gates, you think they just let him in like that? Nah, man, he had to do some strange things. You see what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure y'all, man, look, y'all know the rumors. Y'all know the rumors. Berry Gordy, man, hey, look, I'm not going to say all that because I don't want to, you know, I'll say alleged. Clyde Davis. How did you think these people got to where they got to? They didn't get there just by you wasn't an actor, you wasn't a rapper, you wasn't a, man, come on, man. Them dudes have to do some stuff. So he was groomed like that. Y'all got to realize, y'all remember when Diddy made that group, Day 26, run to go get some cheesecake? That was what Andre Harrell did to Diddy. Everything that Diddy did to people, it was done to him. It was groomed. A lot of these dudes was groomed, man. You see what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes was groomed. I just look at it like this, man. This is about it. Yeah, man, I look at it like this, man. You know, you got to take the bad with the good, homie. You got to take the bad with the good. Day 26, you know, they look, man, everything that Diddy, look, all right, it goes back to his mother. How do you think Diddy got for him? Diddy mama was alleged an escort who worked 2 jobs, and Diddy's mother, Janice Combs' mother, worked 2 jobs. You see what I'm saying? And one of them jobs allegedly was an escort. She was an escort. She went and tracked down all them niggas who owed her husband, Melvin Combs, money. And she believed in her son so much because he was going to school. I think he went to Howard. She ended up getting the money and giving him the money so he could start his own record label. And shit, at that time, he was already producing for Jodeci, Mary J. Blige, all of these people. You see what I'm saying? She believed in him. She helped the nigga get the money. So she is definitely a part of everything that he went through. On top of that, I still think that any man that will kiss his mama at the age of 40 or 50 years old on the mouth is blatantly disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? That's just like a mother coming in the bathroom while your son is taking a bath or a shower, knowing he got hair on his balls and on his pubic hair. That is disrespectful. You kissing your son on the mouth, knowing you out here, nigga, giving Stanley Earl fellatio is definitely disrespectful. Craig Mack, rest in peace, Craig Mack. He worked Craig Mack so bad. He worked some of them dudes. Where did he get that from? Everybody know. Listen, hurt people hurt people. Everybody know. You see what I'm saying? Heavy D is a pioneer of hip hop. Absolutely. Heavy D was one of the first, you know, that's who. So if y'all know about Heavy D, y'all know that was the first interaction to Sean Diddy Combs with the music industry. Heavy D stayed in the city of Mount Vernon. Locally, he was on at the time. He was a top rapper. Sean Diddy Combs did paper. He was a paper boy. He would drop off newspapers on everybody's house. And he asked Heavy D for a chance, you know what I'm saying, to manage him. Heavy D started laughing. He was like, how old are you? He was like, I'm 17. He laughed at him, but he was like, or you know what I'm saying, can you give me an intern with Andre Harrell? And he said, yeah, give me a couple of days, I'll see. Sean Diddy Combs was stalking Heavy D for months and months and consistent. He didn't care about embarrassing himself. All he wanted to do was become an intern for Andre Harrell because Heavy D was the artist over there. Since Heavy D wasn't going to let him be the manager, he wanted to get in the music industry so bad, so cold, that he worked for free. The whole time he was an intern for Andre Harrell, he worked for free. But he was so infatuated with the lifestyle that he would have did anything for Andre Harrell. Andre Harrell humiliated this man. He made this man go pick up cheesecakes. In fact, shit, Andre Harrell made him come stay with him so he could wake up and be his personal assistant. You understand what I'm saying? If you're not taking money for all the work you're doing for Andre Harrell, what else What, you go stay with him? So why would you go stay with him knowing he's not even paying you? So you doing all of this for what? For opportunity to manage the top groups at that time. And at that time, y'all got to realize there was no cash money. There was none of that. Y'all got to look at it like this. You know, Diddy sold his soul. Diddy sold his soul, man. A lot of these youngsters out here selling their soul. All them artists, I've been in the industry. I know when we go to those major budget music video shoots, them shoes that you see them artists wearing, it's tape under their shoes. It's tape so they don't mess up the quality of the shoes. The jewelry, rented. The clothes, rented. All of this stuff is rented, man. None of that shit is real. These music videos, the big budgets, these dudes do not have it like that. You see what I'm saying? Shit. Nigga, look at all them niggas. Like, shit. You see what's going on with BMF now that Big Meech home. Everybody, oh, Big Meech home, we finna get on. Man, it is over with, sir. A lot of you niggas, that man don't ever have to touch a pack a day in his life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you niggas, look, he helped y'all out. Y'all didn't get successful. That's on y'all. Clyde Davis gave him money. That's what y'all alleged. That's the alleged rumor. But Janice Combs got money from a lot of them drug dealers that they used to work for Melvin, because Melvin Combs worked for Frank Lucas and Barry Bonds. So Nicky Bonds. So y'all got to do y'all research. But shout out to everybody put up to this live, man. If y'all want to see me do a part 2, drop it in the comment section, man. We are running back till then. See y'all on the next video. God.